Every time that you don't do something, it is costing you even more time, money, success, opportunity than it would for you to just say yes to
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
We think about cost in terms of time and money, but what is the cost to you to staying in the same position that you're in? Literally everything, your whole
Yeah.
entire life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. In other news, I am officially a homeowner. I bought my house from my co-parent approximately 20 minutes ago. Yeah. Yeah.
I wish this had the thing from
The
Zoom.
balloon thingies. I think that sometimes when you move your fingers or something, but yeah, I don't know.
Where's the thumbs up with the middle finger thing?
This is amazing.
Yeah. So what is this? What's this? I mean, because it's obviously bringing up many things. This is
Many
layers of
things.
fuck.
Yeah. And like again, the woman at the till, because I got the buyout check like a while ago. So I mean, cat's out of the bag. I've been going through a separation for the last what 8 months, a very amicable one at that. And the worst part of this separation was the communication with my fucking bank. Honestly, like I had more turmoil with my bank than I did with my ex.
Right.
Jesus.
It was just insane. And so I've been working on this transaction since June. And it is now, I mean, this episode is probably going to come out in November, but it's October.
Yeah, it's a full season.
It was a full season and just irritation after irritation, document after document. Why? Because I'm a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. And while my business is very successful, they take zero of that into account. So I had to remortgage and like do this whole thing um, with my parents as co-signers. And like,
Wow.
no shame. What the hell else am I supposed to
No.
do? You know,
Hmm.
I'm 41 years old and I'm getting my parents to co-sign on my mortgage. And also, whatever. Welcome to
Right.
Canada. The shit's fucked. And it
And
took
it's not only
forever.
Canada,
No, that's
it's
everywhere.
No,
everywhere.
it's everywhere. It's
People
everywhere.
don't people don't consider your own work to be your own work, right? Unless somebody else is paying you very consistently, like it doesn't matter. You can be so and unless you're paying in cash because you're a millionaire, they don't give a fuck about your business.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because I have a very successful business.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, anyhow, it's fine. It finally happened though. So I got the money into my account, then they had a hold on it because it was a check from the lawyer and blah, blah, blah. And so I drove, like, I was at the bank 2 minutes before the door opened this morning, like, ready to, like, pull the door open and, like, transfer. Anyway, the woman at the till did the whole, like, oh my God, because she was wondering, asked me questions, like, why I'm moving so much money. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, don't be. How can I hate that response?
Hate
I'm
that
so sorry.
reaction too.
That
Of
reaction,
like,
right?
But dude, that reaction is normal because we are taught that when a chapter is closing, you're supposed to feel sad.
yeah.
Right.
And we have different seasons and chapters and cycles that come to our lives to for a reason,
Yeah.
meaning in all areas of life, relationships, jobs, careers, etc. And when something completes its cycle, it's not a reason to freak out or to cry or to whatever. It's a cycle. So I think it's so important that we recognize that, especially if we're continuously growing, we are going through go through cycles that
Mhm.
are going to come to an end. It is not the end of our story, it is the beginning of a new chapter. We're a book.
Mm. Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
another
And
chapter.
if you don't want it to be a new chapter, then burn that book and start writing a new one. Like
Right.
it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
It's your life and your life is your life and life life's.
Right.
Right? Like
And
Yeah.
it's going to, no matter what choices you make, it's going to do its own thing. So you just
Yeah.
have to choose regardless
right.
of
Yeah.
the
And
situation.
so I told her, I'm like, this is not a sad thing at all. It's actually very expansive and wonderful.
Yeah.
And then when she gave me her little receipt, I just had like this like overwhelming feeling, like emotional reaction to holy fuck, like it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling really excited about that. And a lot of things feel done right now, and it's bizarre. Like well, Abmari, you and I went through this already with my tarot wheel of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember? And
Yes.
November has the. I'm just gonna read it, Fran, because
Yes.
it's gonna blow your mind.
It's gonna blow your mind.
I
Because
love
there's
tarot.
been so many endings recently. You know, Murray and I also are leaving a company that we've worked for 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
something
Yeah.
like that, almost 5.
It's yeah.
So yeah, October was the 9 of Pentacles. It says contentment and satisfaction with life, gain in all areas of life and accomplishments. Security is assured, which is interesting now that
Ooh.
I'm owning my own house.
Right.
And there may be a surprise gift or money arriving too. A prudent use of talents, gifts, and skills. And I recently got another like whatever. I don't need to talk about all of my successes, but it's fun too also because I recently
No,
signed
no, no.
another
Talk about it.
pretty major contract. Like before this one's even ending, I have another one starting. So it's all good things. But November, and I remember writing this down at the beginning of the year, wondering what does this mean? Because I'm at the ceiling at this company that I work for, right? Like I'm not going anywhere. It goes founders, me. There's nowhere else for me to go.
Right.
And it says, leaving familiar surroundings and people for another location or group. This can mean a change or promotion at work that elevates one to a higher level, also spiritual development, and stopping not receiving anything in return. Like it's
Wild.
just wild. And when I wrote it down at the beginning of the year, I was like, I have no idea what this would be. Like I'm pretty happy where I'm at. I
Yeah.
enjoy what I do. I love teaching. Like I wouldn't change this if it were up to me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, guess what? It's not always
Never.
up to me.
Not.
Yeah.
It's almost
It's
never.
And that is one of the things that I think is part of our human nature. The
mm-hmm.
impermanence and being okay with not having everything as permanent. I was just recording another podcast episode right before now, and we were talking about how we have been brought up that security means having something, a relationship, a job, a whatever, and have it been for the rest of your life.
Mm,
And that means security. Says who?
That's who.
right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things are constantly changing. We are constantly changing. So being okay with that impermanence and knowing that there are certain stages in life where situations and people come in because that is what is in your cards. And then there will be another season where things will change, and being okay with that change and not saying like, oh, this is over. No, no. This is closing, something else is opening up. And as you said, once something is closing, there are other opportunities that show up. But because you're closing one bubble and just allowing another bubble to be opened up, another chalice, if you
Right.
will, to receive whatever
Mm-hmm.
is next in this journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I went to
absolutely.
Wowo, yeah,
And you
but
know
yeah,
where the security is?
It's in
Here.
yourself.
yeah.
It's
1,000%.
here, always.
Absolutely.
I am so secure in my gifts, my skills, my talent, my drive, my
Right.
motivation, all of it. There's zero worry there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Zero.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's the difference, though, between, the folks that you encounter outside of your own experience, like the woman at the bank who can only see it in one way, right? And it's
Right.
like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, woe is you, where that's almost the natural default for so many other people. But there's something different that has to happen internally for us to not only be okay with change, but also embrace change. And and I don't even want to say like there's an allowance, yes, but then there's also the knowing and the doing, right? Like knowing that there's something else on the other side and moving in accordance to that from your own, inner compass, your own
Mhm.
inner authority, your own convictions and confidence in knowing that whatever it is that you do, you will stand on your own feet, right? You will be
Hmm.
successful. You have a foundation, and that is, I mean, not that it's unheard of, but it's rare, right? Not everyone can move from that place because fear lives in,
Right.
fear lives in all of us.
Right.
It really
And
does.
the only way to build that foundation is to take the aligned action, get the feedback, even if it is scary, and even if you do fail over and do you know how many times I failed? More than I've succeeded.
Right.
Way, way more.
But that is something that people never say. So when people see somebody having success, it's just like, oh, you're lucky. You have
Lucky.
something that
Yeah.
I don't have. Of course, because we never talk about how many times we fuck up or fail.
Right.
Mhm.
But what they fail to realize is that luck is a mixture of being in a place and taking the action, right? You can be in the right place at the right time and still not get anything out of it because you didn't decide to move.
Exactly. Exactly. It all comes back to own your shit and do something about it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it starts with you.
Right. And speaking of, this is what Abmari and I are doing.
Oh my God. What?
We're
She's
launching a business intensive.
Oh my
Well,
God.
I say launching again when this podcast gets published. It's probably launched,
will be launched.
launch, or will be in launch
Will be
potentially.
purchasable.
Wait.
Yeah,
Wait. You're saying like, rewind and explain.
yeah, yeah. I know. We're
What?
excited.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's
Yeah, I
something
mean, we've been
that we've
helping
been
people do
doing
this
for
for
years.
years and years, and so we're
So,
just going to continue to help people do this because it's what we're good at.
Yeah.
no. But again, rewind and explain. What is this about?
Well, do you want to explain it? Shall I explain it?
You started your business for freedom, but somewhere along the way, it turned into chaos. You're trying to fit your unique vision into someone else's blueprint, and it's leaving you feeling overwhelmed and second guessing your every move. That's exactly why we created From Chaos to Clarity, your 12-week live business intensive. We give you the courage to claim your voice, the clarity to build your unique framework, and the conviction to lead your business your way. You'll get live power hours to hone your strategy and weekly accountability sprints to make sure the work actually gets done. Stop following, start building. You don't need to do it all alone. Clarity is closer than you think.
Does both explain it?
Yeah, I mean, we can fill each other's holes.
Fill each other's holes.
Estúpidas.
So, I mean, we have seen hundreds, and I will almost put, if not thousands of people through exactly what we're talking about now, right? Going into the right places through action and alignment, right? Because it has to be both. You can't just, and I think because we're in, this personal development world and, part of the spiritual community and everything is flow and alignment and all of these things, but what does that actually mean? Right? When you say like I want it to be easeful, what does that mean? What is the action behind the ease that takes you from an idea into something tangible, something that you can take out into the world and showcase and show people and talk about and build something from? Because an idea is great, but it doesn't work if you don't actually put in the work to make it a thing. And so that's what the program is. It's making it a real tangible thing, something that you can talk about confidently, something that you can take out into the world and people know what the results are, know what they're getting from you. Whether you're a creative, an entrepreneur, a visionary, an artist, it doesn't matter. This system is for all of these types of people that have something that they want to showcase to the world.
Like
And
service providers.
yeah, absolutely.
I love that so much because especially in our fields of work where we work with people, a service providing a service, there is this belief that, oh, I have to do it for free because I'm helping humanity and I don't know how to charge, or I want to change the entire world and create a ginormous impact. And then it stays in the realm,
Right.
but I don't do shit about it. So that part of how do I take action is so humongous because there are
Yeah.
people out there with huge missions, but they just don't know what to do about them.
But
Right.
it's even more than that.
I was
It's
gonna
even
say,
more than the how do I. It's
Uh-huh.
take action.
right.
Yeah.
The whole thing is live. Like we're not doing any pre-recorded anything.
Hmm.
There's going to be like one call will be a live discussion, lecture, whatever the hell we're going to work with the group too. Like we obviously have a curriculum designed and everything is organized and we're excited to share that. And also, if it's not something that is needed in the group of people that comes in, we're going to meet them where they're at. That's the whole point. And then we have another call, 2 days later to put it into application together as a workspace,
Hmm.
co-working. So we're working together, free to ask questions, free to share, to get the feedback in real time, to test things out, to have conversations and to use your voice. And it's just going to be really interactive
Yeah.
and doing the work.
Yes. Yes.
I
So it's not
I
just the how. It's not just that, okay, this is what you need to
yeah.
succeed. Go
Well,
do it.
it's
Now go do it.
how
It's
in
no, we're
real
doing it
time.
now.
It's in application, right? Like you get the how, but then you execute on the how so
Yeah.
that
I
you know what it looks like, what it feels like
hmm
immediately.
Yeah, get out of your head and actually do something about it.
Right.
Exactly. In a
I love
container
that.
that's really supportive,
Yeah.
encouraging. It'll be blunt. Like we
Yeah.
can offer feedback if that's what people are looking for, and then also the other people in the group can offer the feedback. So you're going to get an array of interesting people that will see your work before you put it
Hmm.
live, and then it's going live, like
That
full stop.
that it sounds amazing, and I also love what you said of meeting people where they're at.
Hmm.
Because if you go to social media, if you go to anywhere, it's like create your first 50 million. And there are people who are like, I just want to create my first $100.
Right. My
Yeah.
first
Meet me
$50.
where I am.
I would like to get one client. I would like to
Right.
Yeah.
get my lead magnet out into the world. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I
Yeah.
love that part. And also the actionable part, because there's so much information out there, but it's like I have all the information, and now with ChatGPT and AI, I
Yeah.
have even more information in my hands.
Yeah.
There's
But
too
I
much
want to get out
information,
of my
actually.
head and do something
Yeah.
about it.
And that's the
Yeah.
reality of, and the purpose of the program is that information is everywhere, right? Of course, no one's saying that you can't do this alone, but
Yeah,
isn't it so much easier to be part of something that's actually going to hold you accountable, one, and two, provide you with support? Because
yeah,
it's so easy to sit in your room and do all of the things and
yeah,
then get stuck again in your head of like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work and this, that, and the third, and never actually execute because you're so busy staying up in here, right? If
yeah.
you come to the space with other people who are in a similar position, you're going to get the support that you need to actually push you through those stuck moments.
Yeah, and also make the journey fun. Dude, when you're doing shit by yourself and trying to figure out everything, it looks like a humongous mountain. Make it fun. The journey is also should be fun. It should be shared. And if you don't invest in yourself, if you don't say yes to yourself for real and leave some skin on the game, you're going to stay stuck
Hmm.
for good in your head. So that story that I don't have the money or the time, or I will make it at my own pace, it's bullshit.
It
Once
can be,
you,
right? Because you get stuck
yeah,
in your own little echo chamber, right?
yeah,
And if you're
yeah,
not sending things out into the world to get that feedback that is so drastically needed to either shift or align or climb a new mountain or whatever, you'll stay in that echo chamber forever. Like it
yeah,
just that's where you get stuck and
Well,
stagnant. And I think we all have the experience of this working for certain employers too, where it's like we have this product, we're going to build it, it's launching here.
they will come.
Off you go and build it. And now we're on a time frame and we're on a don't think too much about it because this needs to be launched. Like this is like we all have this experience of just doing, throwing it out and shifting as we go. And it's been successful and it works. So waiting for the perfect, waiting for the exact right moment, waiting to be ready. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as
Yeah,
yeah,
ready.
we
that
will
is
never
choice.
feel 100% ready.
Ready is
And
a choice.
also,
Yeah.
waiting for everything to be perfect and have everything figured out, you're also robbing a lot of people from the opportunity to experience your gifts.
That part.
That part, and you're robbing yourself of the opportunity to receive. Every time that you don't do something, it is costing you even more time, money, success, opportunity than it would for you to just say yes to
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, I agree. I
You know,
agree.
we think about cost in like in terms of time and money, but what is the cost to you to staying in the same position that you're in? Literally everything, your whole
Yeah.
entire life.
And it's not easy. You know, you want to work in ease. Again, like let's define ease, because right now my life is absolute fucking chaos. And I'm calm about it. You know, the kids are out of school because teachers are on strike. So trying to find time to work, take clients when they're out of the house somehow, find a babysitter, you know, do the thing. It's absolute chaos with that alone. And then the ending of businesses, the launching of businesses, the new contracts, the new clients, trying to shuffle it all around. When Abmari was here, I finished my journal and now it's printed and in my hands, and I got them delivered on Wednesday afternoon, and by Thursday night they were all shrink wrapped, business card and stickers like shoved into everything. My girls were helping me. They're at the kitchen table. It's like when you're a business owner, you hustle. Like I'm
You
just going to be
do.
honest about it. You hustle. But the hustle doesn't have to be hard.
Yeah.
You know, we put on music. We were like, the girls were helping me. It was fun. They get to see mom doing work and doing her job, and the very multi-passionate areas of my job. Like this has nothing to do really with our business launch or our business intensive. And it's something that I'm in year 3 of. And it's something that I created because I had an idea that I don't have a journal that hits all the marks that I want. So, okay, I'm going to create it for myself. Like this is the mind of an entrepreneur, right? And now 3 years in, I have sold multiple of them. It's just something that happens in the background. It's passive income. And I get to change people's lives because I do live workshops at the end of the year to start the new year off with my new journal. And it's just this like super fun event. And all these women get together. You know, it's like
Mhm.
you talk about wanting to make an impact.
Go do it.
I said yes to making a journal. Like it was so easy. It
Yes.
can be so easy.
Yes, it's the easy yeses that are going to make it easy. What are the things that light you up? What are the things that energize you? Like we can talk about all of the strategies that are out there in the world, and so many people have tips and tricks and all of these hacks and things, but if it's not something that actually brings you joy and energizes you, it doesn't fucking matter. Because
Mm-hmm.
you're never going to do it. You're never going to stay consistent to it. You're never going to want to continue to work in that field or in that position or in that doing because it's not for you. So you really have to find the things that are for you, the things that not only are going to generate income, but also that are going to light you up as you do them, right? Like I love meeting people. I love doing workshops because I enjoy the presence of other people and hearing their
Yeah.
stories and knowing where they are in life and where they want to go and how we can usher them into that being. It's not the byproduct is the success, right?
Right.
The whole part of it though is that I love to be in the space with other people. I love to see where people are at and see how I can move them along towards their goals, period. I love that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I will continue to do.
And just to like summarize these big two ideas, the first thing, there is a lot of information there. Nothing will happen unless you take action. And it is like when you start to ride a bike and the first pedaling are hard, but once you get into it, you get into it, right?
Mhm.
And so I love
Unless
that.
you're at
Start to
Mari.
take.
Indeed, because I just learned how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
So this is
Wow.
it's hitting. Right as I go.
Well, I got that, so.
We'll cut that out.
She sounds like the Wicked Witch, yo.
But also, like, there's so much layers to that too. I'm 36 years old. I just learned how to ride a bike, and but I still chose to do it
Yeah.
because one, I stopped being scared of it.
Uh-huh.
And I allowed it to be something that was fun. I was like, okay, we're gonna learn, we're gonna do, we're gonna see where this goes. I might fall, and that's it's gonna be okay if I do. Why? Because I can every time I can get back up. It doesn't matter how many times you fall; it's how many times you get up. You fall 7, you better have gotten up 8.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is the thing. Don't wait to have everything perfect before you take the first stride. And you're going to fall on your ass. Yeah. So what? You get up. And I love what you said. What matters is how many times you get back up. And then the other big thing that you said that I loved is you have to make it sustainable for
Yeah.
you, not for the external world. What is something that you enjoy doing? And incorporating what Jill was saying, like we are multi passionate beings. There might be a cycle where you're like, I'm all into doing groups. And then the cycle might end, and you can say, okay, now I want to do one on ones. It's fine. Entrepreneurial life will be a roller coaster. It will pivot. You will take different turns. Stop trying to create these rigid structures because you are not a rigid being.
Right.
You're an evolving being. Your business will evolve and change and pivot with you.
Yeah. The thing that will be sustainable in it, and the thing to me that is easeful, is once again me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know so wholeheartedly who I am and how I show up. It's a consistent ease
Yeah.
in my life. Like I wake up and I'm me,
Yeah.
whatever iteration that takes that day,
Yeah.
whatever adventure, business, product, conversation, podcast, wherever it's going, I'm still me at the core of it. And that to me is ease. When you
Mm-hmm.
can wake up and like land in that knowing that it
Yes.
doesn't matter what I'm going to be up to, it's going to be me and it's going to be this way.
Right. But what it also sounds like is important for so many people is to know yourself
Of
super
course.
fucking well, right? Like you have to be so solid in your own knowing, your own understanding, your own desires, the places that you want to go and how you are going to get there. Because if you are lost in your own self and your own becoming, then you need to start there. 1000%.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get comfortable with yourself and all of the parts of you. I'm very comfortable with the parts that I love and the parts that I don't love.
Yeah,
I sit
exactly.
very well with all of these parts of myself, but that's what allows me to step into these places with conviction and confidence because you can't tell me more about myself than I already know.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing hidden, there's nothing in the shadows. There's nothing that you could do or say that's going to raise the fear that I haven't done for myself already.
Yeah. And we're bringing that to the course, obviously.
You cannot build a house without strong pillars.
Right. Yeah.
If you want to create something that is in alignment with yourself, that allows you to be happy, sustainable, you have to start by knowing who you are.
Yeah.
Exactly. And sometimes we feel resistance because, as you said, we have parts that we love about ourselves and parts that we're like, what the fuck? I don't like you. But unless we make peace with all of the parts of ourselves, unless we take the time to really get to know, who am I? What do I want to do now? What is in alignment? Unless I stop and build those foundations to be able to create something that feels resonant with me, then I'm just going to borrow from somebody else, and it's going to feel like hustle, and I'm going to feel like shit.
It's so that part. Yes. You're going to borrow from everyone else and it's not going to feel true to you and it's going to make it very very hard. The question that I pose for folks is start with what are your values? What do you value in the world? What do you value in yourself? Because those are going to create the pillars of the foundations that you get to build your house on top of. Because if you
Right.
don't know what you value, then you're building from nothing.
Well, the decisions aren't aligned because what are you aligning to?
Right? Yes. Yes.
Values are everything.
Yeah. You go from creating what your parents say to what society says. And if you don't know yourself, you'll be creating from what everybody else is doing, comparing yourself to others, always feeling behind somebody. And that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why?
Icky. Yeah.
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 It's such a tough place to be in. And I get it, and I want to say this too, like or I'll say at least for myself, I didn't start at this place. You know, it took years of building, but there was always also a level of knowing myself so well. And I've known myself for quite a long time. And that's why it's so easy for me to say this now, that like, it didn't matter what other people were saying. It didn't matter what other people were doing. I was so focused on knowing myself so well and being okay with those parts of myself, again, the good and the bad, that it now allowed me to build from that foundation. Because again, you can't knock me down. Like it's
Yeah.
almost impossible to knock me down.
Yeah, try me. Come at me.
Yeah.
Please don't, but also, I mean,
But let's rewind a little bit because, maybe someone's listening and they're like, it ain't me. It ain't me. I just have no idea, right? Because we all started probably from that place. It's often a breakdown to a breakthrough, right? So I'll share my own experience. For me, it started with becoming very aware of what I didn't want in my life. I had a really hard time determining what I did want, but what I didn't want was pretty clear, right? Because there was a lot of it present for me.
Uh-huh.
So I could like look in the mirror, I could look over here, I could look in that direction and be like, I don't like this, and I don't like that. And so it actually started for me with a whole giant fucking list of things that I did not want and I did not like. And then it started to evolve from there until I could get clear on what I really valued and what I wanted to bring in. Because there's a leap, especially if people are in a place where they're unclear, they don't know who they are, they don't even know what they like. Okay, great. What do you not like? What is making your body feel like this? Start there and see what needs to be put in place to either transmute, change, delete, delegate, get away from those types of things to move toward the clarity,
Yeah.
I think going from I don't know what my values are to clarity is too big of a leap.
Right.
Allowing yourself to go through the process and take the time it needs to take. It's like wanting to birth a baby and just saying, "Oh, dude, I have so many things. I just have 1 month to get pregnant, so you better
Grow fast.
get on with it." Heck no.
Come in.
Could you imagine that in reality? People would be so unprepared.
I mean,
As if they're prepared now. Imagine the world.
Imagine.
yeah. That is actually a very nice metaphor. Like when you have a baby, and this is something that I told my kids now that they're in their 20s, and I'm like, when they talked about, I resented this or whatever, those conversations, and I'm like, dude, do you think that popping out a human out of your vagina automatically makes you wiser, makes you know, makes you have your shit together? And I'm like, newsflash, no, it doesn't.
Mm-mm.
Same with birthing a new company, a new idea, a new business. It is not like you pop it out and it's perfect, college ready, marriage ready, all of that bullshit. No, it takes a while. You're going to make a lot of fuck ups and a lot of good things. And it's a process and it will grow.
And
Yeah.
then fuck up.
Yeah.
Because we better be. That's my point. We better be.
Yeah.
If you
you
think
aren't
that
feeling-
once it is even in that place that it's not going to shift, you're mistaken.
Yeah.
Because the landscape is shifting constantly. So I don't want to give any big ideas to people either that once it's built, it's built. Things need to evolve as you evolve.
Right.
And it will continue to take on different iterations. Your business will continue to look different year after year.
Yes.
And it better.
Absolutely.
Because so will you.
Yeah. Write your CV of failures.
Yeah.
Because we always present everything, but write your CV of failures, like all of the times that you have fucked up, and just read it and just see, at the end, we learned from every fuck up.
Right. I was just gonna say, I think I'd have a hard time writing that because I genuinely, as many fuck ups as I've had, they don't feel like it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that point. Like, I don't believe in failure. Failure doesn't exist in my life. But what I can say is, like, if I were to do that exercise or take on that task, is the other side of it, right? Like, what did this bring? What did this closed door bring? What did this fuck up bring? What did this, mistake do for me for the betterment of whatever it is that I'm doing. Because for me, that's always the case. There's nothing that has happened to me that I'm like, ooh, or
But
rather that I did.
and you can rename it. You can rename it, but maybe the CV of missed expectations. I
Yeah.
started this with this expectation, and then this happened. So it is just a way for you
The
to
pleasant
see,
surprises.
to show your life like you don't have to have shit perfect or figured out,
No.
because in the end it's never going to be in the way that it was in your head, and that's okay.
You know what it feels like? Do you guys go Christmas tree shopping? Like, maybe,
My
maybe not, whatever. In Canada, there's Christmas trees and they're wrapped up real tight. And so they can go on your roof, they can go whatever, you can cart them home. And they're wrapped up with this twine or string and they're all bound, right? When you cut the string, like
Right.
the branches come out, the tree takes its full form and beauty, and then you can decorate it. It's like staying in that fear or staying stuck or scared to try anything new is like staying bound. You know, you don't even
Mhm.
know what you can look like until you cut that string. So just
Mm,
like endings, they're just beautiful beginnings.
Hmm.
beautiful beginnings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, sometimes the tree, it comes out and then it settles. Like we think it's this one big explosion, kind of like the baby thing, right? You pop it out and all of a sudden it's perfect. Sometimes it takes a day for the tree limbs to settle to where they are going to stay. And then over time too, as you watch your Christmas tree over the Christmas season, you see the branches, they start to wean, and they need to be, then
Exactly.
it still needs to be watered even though it's been cut, like it's still alive, just
And
like
then
your
the
business
needles
is
start to
alive.
fall off. And then
Right.
the
Like
needles
your
start to
business
fall
is a
off.
living thing. It's going to go through the evolution of growth. It needs to be
Mhm.
watered. Sometimes the limbs need to be cut. Sometimes the branches are no longer good. And so like there is a process for that as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Mhm.
good. Let's create an image.
We are very deep today. Very deep.
We are going deep. We're penetrating deep,
Deep. Filling all of the holes.
deep into all of the hole.
No hole will be left unfilled.
Untouched, unfilled.
I give you the Griswold family Christmas tree. A lot of sap in here. Looks great. Little full. A lot of sap.